My original flight was on March 29th. I had totally 2 weeks to pack everything to get back home because I just have a lot of stuff after living in Boston for so many years.
Hmm.
But then just 1 week before I was going to fly, my flight was canceled because the policy of the flights are changing every day. So basically, I'm holding a Chinese passport, and my original flight was transiting from Hong Kong, and then the Hong Kong government are basically banning all the foreigners to transiting from their country. So my first flight was canceled, and we have to make a plan as soon as possible because if we flying out after 26, basically there's no way that I can go back home, and I don't want to be stuck in Boston while my whole family is on the other side of the planet.
Sure.
So I bought the tickets at midnight, and then I packed everything in 3 hours. I took an Uber to Newark Airport, and then I'm on the flight from Newark to Tokyo, and the whole plane was full. Like the whole plane was full. Like everyone is trying to go home. Like there are Japanese because it's a flight to Tokyo, and there are also so many international students like me because
Hmm.
everyone is trying to go home as soon as possible. And the flight ticket, it's super expensive. I spent around 3,000 for the flight tickets.
Just to get home. Now you're in
Yeah,
Shanghai, correct?
yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's like twice the size of New York population-wise, at the very least. What are they doing in Shanghai right now? Are there any restrictions still? I'm sure they're still in place.
Right. So basically, the mall and the supermarket, they're open, and there are people going out, but still wear masks. And people are still working from home, and students still do remotely online classes. And we don't know when it's gonna resume. But it's getting so much better. And right now there are no new cases from mainland China, but the cases that is coming from people passenger who carry from outside the country, and that's why they're really strict at the airport. So when I landed in Shanghai, I have to wait for 1 hour in on the plane, and I'm the lucky one because I was the first few people to get out the plane. There are people waiting for 4 hours and 6 hours on the plane, and and then the immigration have to check our temperature one by one, and we have to go through at least 6 checkpoints. They have to ask where we come from, how long did you stay in Boston, who come you with the flight, do you are you feeling any sick, or have you been attached with a lot of people. It just I spent probably 2 hours on that, and then I got my luggage, and then there's a bus outside the airport waiting for us, and they took us to a hotel. So everyone is required to test for the COVID-19. Yeah, I tested for the COVID-19. It was quick, and then I have to spend a night at the hotel because it takes 6 to 8 hours to wait for the result. So by that, it was already 4 days, 3 nights for me. Leaving since I left from Boston, it was already 3 nights. I have to spend another night at the hotel in Shanghai to wait for the result. And then next day morning, they call me. They say your test is fine and you can go home now. And they arranged the bus to drive me home, and there's people waiting just outside my building to pick me up, and then they just got me home. I've seen news from Chinese media saying that a lot of people in the state are still not taking this seriously. People I've seen news about people gathering in Miami Beach, which is
Yep.
crazy because yeah, it's just crazy. The police are telling them to go home, and they're like, oh, we don't want to go home. We just want to enjoy our time on the beach. Please take this seriously. It's not a joke. There's people dying.
Yeah.
So yeah, just want to add to that. Yeah.